So in this video, I'm going to discuss about exam type questions that involves geometrical construction. This is a 4 marks question. So you can see that QR, the base, is already given to us. So we're going to use the space given for our answer. They're asking you to construct a triangle PQR, and they want you to use only ruler and a pair of compass. First question. Construct a triangle PQR beginning from the straight line QR such that P to Q, so P to Q has to be 8 cm and the angle PRQ need to be 120 degrees. So we know that the angle 120 is at R, so we're going to go to the point R and we're going to draw a 120 degree angle. So for that, I'm going to make a curve. I already told you, you must always start with the base, and the base is already given QR, so we have to go above the base, which is the angle. The angle goes next. So once I do a curve, I'm going to cut the curve once for my 60 degree angle, and then I'm going to go to my new point over here and I'm going to cut it one more time to get a 120 degree angle. And then what I want to do is I want to draw a line from the 120 degree angle to R. I'm going to make my line a little bit longer. So this is a 120 degree angle. Now for exam type questions, I recommend that you immediately check if your angle is accurate, or else everything goes wrong. Just like how it's not 120. Okay, my angle is not 120 degrees, which means I have to redo it again. So I'm going to erase everything. This is what you're supposed to do even in exam. If your angle is not 120 degrees, you need to redo it. Okay, so let's do this again. Okay, I'm gonna draw from here a curve. I'm gonna cut the curve once, and then I'm gonna go here and cut the curve twice, and then from R I'm going to draw my 120 degree line. Let's see. Yeah, now it's correct. Now it's at 120. So this is what you have to do. So I just showed you how I made a mistake, and when I make a mistake and it's not 120, when I check it, I have to erase everything and redo it again. So that's exactly what you need to do if you make a mistake as well. Okay, and this is another reason why I said immediately check, because then it's better if you rectify your mistake in the beginning itself than rectifying it after you've completed everything, right? So now I only need to know where P is, because the distance from P to Q is 8 centimeters apart. I'm going to now measure 8 centimeters with my ruler, so my compass placed at 0. I'm going to open until it reaches 8 cm. Okay, and then from Q, I'm going to cut that line at 8 centimeters. Wherever the line falls, I'm going to cut it there. So this is point P, and yeah, this is 8 centimeters in length, and let's check if it's indeed 8. Yeah, it is. Okay, so yeah, this is a 4 mark exam type question. Now that we've drawn the triangle, we want to answer the second question. The second question is asking you to construct a perpendicular line to straight line QR which passes through point P. So that means we want a line that comes from P and perpendicular to this line. Now this line is short, so what we're going to do, we're going to make QR longer. This is what they mean. So we're going to make QR longer, and they want you to draw a perpendicular line from P directly to this QR line. So what we want to do is, that means we need to draw a perpendicular bisector that passes through point P. I remember mentioning to you, this is a famous exam type questions. So this is what I mean. I have two questions here, and both of them are they are going to ask you to draw a perpendicular bisector that passes through a certain point. And as I explained earlier in the beginning examples, if the perpendicular line passes through a certain point, you want to start from that point. So from that point, I'm going to make my compass long enough so that I can create 2 points, 1 point over here and 1 point over here. And then I'm going to go to that 2 points that I created. Make sure my compass is slightly more than half. And I want to create an arc at the bottom from both the points. Keep in mind, don't touch the part that has the pencil, right? And then I want to draw a line from P directly to the arc, but I only want my line to reach line QR. After that, I want to just draw a dotted line, because they only want you to draw a perpendicular line from P to the QR line. But then again, we need the arc to draw the perpendicular bisector, so the dotted line kind of represents my working. So you get marks for this to show your working, right? And so now in B, they want you to measure the perpendicular distance from P to that line. So you're going to measure from P. What's the measurement to that line, to this point? So from P to this point, how far is it, how long is it? So mine shows 3.123 cm. So for B, my answer is 3.3 centimeters. So as this 3.3 centimeters, if let's say this is the answer given in the answer scheme, they will allow you to be flexible up to plus minus 0.1 centimeters. What I mean by this is, if you give your answer 3.2 cm, it will be accepted. If your answer is 3.4 cm, it will be accepted. But if you go above, let's say you get 3.1, that's wrong. If you get 3.5 or anything more than that, it's wrong. So they are flexible up to 0.1 points more or less, but not more than that. So they do give you a flexibility range, right? Okay, so yeah, this is one exam type question. So hope this was useful. Hi guys, so this is another exam type questions for which they are asking you to use set squares and protractors. So diagram 8 is the triangle that we are supposed to draw, and diagram 9 is the base that's already given to us. So we have to draw an isosceles triangle that has a 120 degree obtuse angle. So since the base is already given to us, we have to start with the angle. So I'm going to draw a 120 degree angle. So we're going to start by drawing a curve, and then we're going to make one cut, the first cut, which is the 60 degree cut on the curve, and then we're going to go to that 60 degree point. We're going to draw another 120 degrees, and then we are going to measure the angle over here to check if it's 120 degrees. So it is. So this is a 120 degree angle, so we can go ahead and label since it's accurate. Now we want to draw a line. I'm going to make this line a little bit longer. I am going to measure. Now this line has to be the same distance as this line. Now they did not give us the length of this line, so all you have to do is place your compass on the line itself, measure with the compass the length of PQ. Okay, once you measure the length of PQ, you can go to Q and cut the line. So So this cut that you created is point R, and then we want to just join the point R to point P and draw a straight line. There you go, we have our triangle. Now we want to measure the perpendicular distance from point Q to the straight line. So we have to draw a perpendicular line that passes through point Q. We've done this before in our earlier examples. So from Q, because our perpendicular line has to come from Q, point Q and the straight line. So we want to, from point Q, I want to make my compass long enough so that I can create 2 points. So 1 point over here and 1 point over here, okay? And then I want to go to the points that I created. I want to make sure my points are more than, my compass is more than half, and I want to create an arc at the top, and then I want to go to the other point and I want to cross my arc. And once I do that, from Q, because my perpendicular line is only until the triangle, so after the perpendicular line, after the triangle, I am just going to draw dotted lines. This is my working, to show my working, that I'm drawing a line to this arc. But the one that I really need is the one inside the triangle, so I'm going to mark a 90-degree line. The reason we draw the perpendicular bisector, because the question asks for it, and we also want to measure, they ask you to measure the perpendicular distance. So you want to go and use your ruler and you want to measure what's the distance from the point from here to here. So mine is 3.6 centimeters. So for B, my answer is 3.6 centimeters. So in exam, if let's say 3.6 is the centimeters that you're supposed to get, the measurement you're supposed to get, they will accept a value between plus and minus 0.1 cm. That means they'll accept 3.5, 3.6 or 3.7 centimeters, either lesser by 0.1 point or more by 0.1 point, or on the spot itself. But if you get 3.4 or 3.8, it will not be accepted. Okay, so yeah, this is how exam type questions are. So hopefully this is useful for you. Please practice this based on the soft copy that I've prepared for you. Bye.